Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Nice time for today's video. The cider, I'm so used to saying the beer. The cider is courtesy of Chris. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate, and I figured I don't drink a lot of cider, so this will make sense to do today. So it's apple bombshell hard cider with orange and pineapple. Orange pineapple cider, just the right amount of tart. Apple bombshell hard cider. First impressions can be misleading. You might expect sweet, but with a little exploration, you'll find something more adult. Apple bombshell is a taste of a more innocent time, or so we thought. Product of Three Brothers Wineries. Ingredients: hard cider from New York State apples, natural flavors, carbon dioxide, malic acid and sulfites to preserve freshness, 7% ABV. They're out of Geneva, New York. The people who do Warhorse. If you've seen any of my Warhorse reviews. I have family members who have been. I have not been yet. My dad has a cottage relatively close, and my family has gone. But I was not around that weekend that they went. Or they did it on purpose that weekend because I wasn't around. They're like, we want to have fun. We don't want that buzzkill, no hype beer reviews coming with us. All right, so anyway. Yeah, it's got an orange. What is it is it pink? It's like orange with this other little shade of something. I'll go with like a reddish pink. But yeah, it's mostly this orange color. The head's white. Not a lot, sticking around in terms of head. A little bit of legs, not a lot of lacing either. But again, I don't drink a lot of cider, so I don't know how normal that is or isn't. Let's get into the aroma. So they're mentioning when you drink it, at least, you'll get, it's not as sweet as you might think it would be, but smells sweet. It's very much, it doesn't say pineapple, it says natural flavors. So I will say this, it smells very real. Well, it smells like crushed canned pineapple. It's very much that thing. You open up the can, it's that mixed in with pineapple candy. So you got this real pineapple note, but then you do have a candy that's not real pineapple. The orange is kind of like mandarin oranges. Again, like a canned, in syrup. You open it up. It's very much this canned, condensed, sugary. And again, I get it for the taste. It might not be this sweet, but the aroma is very sweet. And then, I guess, I mean, that's why I picked this beer for Tuesday. I'm really trying to test myself. It's very much the adjuncts in there. I get like base apple cider, fair enough. And then there's this, and I'm not familiar with this acid. I get like this Smarties citric acid thing, but this has malic acid, and I don't think I know what malic acid is. So I'll stick with I get like this citric acid thing. But anyway, let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Chris. It is drier than the aroma leads you to believe. I get more apple in the taste, especially in the finish. And almost sometimes it happens when I'm eating an apple, you get it a little bit in the cheeks. I get a little bit of that too. So unlike the aroma, it is drier, way drier than the aroma. Would lead me to believe. I was really getting these big, sweet, like I was saying, canned and candied fruits. There's a little bit of that, but it's much drier than that sounds. I get more apple. The pineapple, very up, and kind of like the aroma. I could think at times it was real pineapple, and at times it seemed more like an artificial candy pineapple flavor. The orange, is and it kind of, my initial thought, which I'll share, like when I tasted my initial thought, I'll share in a moment, but you'll see where I'm going the second I say this. The orange is very much like high C orange, and when I first drank it, it was like fruit punch or like Hawaiian punch cider, version. Like if you turned or like let it ferment or something, like it very much is this somewhat Hawaiian punch, somewhat, again, because like there are these real fruit notes to it. So you get something like a Hawaiian punch, which is what, probably 5% juice, and then you get something that's 100%, mix of juices. You blend those two things, you abracadabra it into a cider. That's what this is. It's like sometimes when I do a beer review and it's like very lemon, I'll be like, yeah, it's like lemon water turned into beer, and that's what this is, turned into cider. So I totally get what they're saying. Something more adult, like it reminds me of things I drank more as a child, but because of the dryness and the alcohol, it does have more of a quote unquote adult taste to it. Just like the can art, leads you to believe this is, to me, something to drink on a hot day. And it's relatively hot and sunny here today, so it's kind of like a nice drink for the day. So that's pretty cool. I didn't do that on purpose, but it's kind of hitting the spot in terms of what the weather's doing, because it very much is hot day drink. Of course, with 7%, drink a couple, but it's dangerously, you don't taste the alcohol. It's kind of dangerous how easy this is to drink. I'll end my review with this note too. Really long finish with the apple. Like, I haven't had a sip in a while. I've been talking for a while. I still, like, all that other stuff has washed away. I still get very intense, and it's what you want in a cider, right? Apple. So that's cool. But yeah, have you had this before? Have you had a hard cider lately you thought was really good? You want to tell me about anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. And cheers again to you, Chris.